Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. This is a game between Dignitas and SK Gaming. Dignitas is going to be starting on the bottom side of the map, the left-hand side of the spectator UI. We're going to see Variety playing Giannis, Frostiak in the jungle playing Ymir, Shadow Nightmare in mid lane as Poseidon, Frezzy Q, but now known as Frezzy OO, as Sun Wukong and Young Bay playing Jubalonke, who's back in the meta. Smitten, what have we got across the way?
On Team 2 SK, we have Reels and Badger in the duo lane as Hercules and Freya. We have Zeros mid lane as Agni, Captain Twig in the jungle as Thor, and Maniac in solo lane as Loki. This is going to be a really interesting matchup. I'm particularly interested in looking at what's going to be going on between Reels and Youngbay in dual lane ADC. Xbalanque up against Freya. It's not a matchup we saw at all in Season 1.
Not at all. Well, this is Season 2 as well, so look through the itemization build, see what's going on and where these paths are at the start of the game. First thing we can note is Frostiak's going to go for magical part at the start of this game on this jungle Ymir. Not going to go for the hog, still has bumbers though, but he doesn't really need that. He doesn't really need this hog to be able to do his jungle effectively, so it's not too much of an issue. However, like you said, Freya versus Xbalanque should be very, very interesting in lane. The interesting thing about it is, I think we'll see Sun Wukong and Xbalanque have the pressure in that lane in terms of wave clear, because Hercules and Freya are going to suffer a little bit in the early stages. We'll see how it plays out though.
By the time, though, however, that Badger and Reels get to lane, though, they're both going to be level 2 as soon as the first creep dies. So, Badger is going to have his pull and push combo.
Yeah, he's going to have that available to him, so they're going to watch themselves in lane. But I mean, Xbalanque with that bowler, if Young Bay does start bowler, he should be able to get some nice poke down on that at the start of the game. You'll see if he takes that at level 2. At the moment, he's got his poison darts, and he's going to... We can see the same similar things happen on both sides of the map right now. But check out the other side. Agni just used the Path of Flames through the Harpies at the back to be able to pull both the back Harpies and this red buff at the same time. So we're going to get even quicker leashes of experience for all of them.
That's really interesting. You know, the start of Season 2, whenever they removed the mana buff and removed the timing on the mid camps, I was really interested to see how the pros were going to be doing this early start experience. And the back camps into the red is actually beautiful. Ooh, just a little bit of lag there. Coming in here, just the jingle bang. Not doing too much damage as Freya does have her passive able to heal up, but she is tanking all 3 of those archers.
Oh, Twig's actually invading on the backside here in the jungle. Gonna meet Shadow Nightmare though. Nightmare, I'm not sure he's gonna get that experience, but he's gonna get caught out by Frosty. Misses the freeze, and now Twig could be in a whole world of trouble.
Twig's looking for an escape route pretty quickly. He's going to run into a whole wave of minions running all the way back through their jungle.
Agni's got speed, so he should be able to get out here. Agni's going to actually cover his exit here as well for his own shadow out, so should be good. Or is he? Because here comes Frezzy as well now.
They saw the mistakes that were made by Captain Twig over here, but he's going to get out for free, mainly because Agni was able to help assist him on that exit over there. Yeah, other than that, solo lane's not really doing too much. Looks like Loki's dragging out some creeps for some reason. Mid lane, there is an engagement over here, getting a few hits off on Zeros, nothing that they cannot handle.
Well, one thing to note as well, Sven, we've actually seen Zeros mid and Twig in the jungle. Now, these two did this during practice games. They never actually did it during tournaments, but is this a sign of things to come with maybe Twig and Zero switching roles? I'm not so sure, maybe.
It would probably play out pretty well. Mid laners normally have to be pretty aggressive, and Zeros has one of those aggressive playstyles that's well known throughout the community. Really interesting.
He's going to be able to do that.
I'm sorry, one more time, what was that, darling?
Carry on. Carry on, it's fine. What were you saying?
Left lane over here looks like Young Bay is just stalling out the wave, knowing that he's got an advantage over here on Freya and Hercules, just doing as much as he can to make them waste as much golden experience as possible. Mid camps are up in about 30 seconds. We should start to see a grouping here in mid. I'm really interested to see what they've got going on here. It looks like Frostiak was trying to back, but however decided not to. What do you think about the Hercules Bluestone Pendant start?
I think it's a great idea. Bluestone Pendant's really, really effective in this lane. It allows Hercules to sustain a lot. One issue with Hercules is mana cost on his abilities. That's why you can see people like DM suggest things like Meditate to allow you to have that extra mana, not just the heal, but the mana regen. So having Bluestone Pendant means he's never going to have an issue with mana through all stages of this game, which is very good. Mid-Harpies are up though, and you can already see Dignitas in a good position here, but right inside they've got to watch out for Maniac, who's looking for an opportunity.
He's level 5. He's got his ultimate available. He knows that he can go in. Probably best to choose his target for Poseidon, assuming that he's the squishiest and easiest to burst down. Janus rotating over too as well.
Big Kraken. Gonna hit on from Shadow Nightmare onto Twig, but Twig is gonna go down to the auto attack. But now the turnaround as Maniac is here. They're looking for Shadow Nightmare. The portal goes through, but he's still gonna drop down. Frosty escapes to a portal, but he's now gonna be able to get away as Varai's gonna cover the exit strategy. So 1-for-1 trade, but first blood went in favor of Dignitas.
That was a really interesting. Thor dying first there, right? Yeah, Thor died first.
Yeah, Thor died first, and then straight afterwards we did see Shadow Nightmare go. Sorry, Frostiac go down as well. It was Shadow Nightmare going down as well to the bleed from Maniac. But actually, Agony got the kill with the tick of damage there. So Agony going to be on the scoreboards for himself as well. And across the way, Shadow Nightmare got his. So both mid laners get a kill. And Thor's looking. Oh, is he going to go left? Is he going to ult in? He's thinking about it here, Smitten.
He's thinking about it. He's waiting over here at Gold Fury, waiting to see if there's any action to be happening over here. Frezzo taking his time to go ahead and back Youngbei over here. It looks like he's going to be starting Transcendence on Xbalanque, which is pretty standard. But I am very surprised that he got Death Toll as opposed to Bluestone. I don't know if it's just the way that most people play Xbalanque, but most people would say Xbalanque is pretty mana intensive.
He is. I think it's down to, though, if he's going to go Transcendence, he doesn't really need Bluestone as well. I mean, both of those together just seems a little bit too much on the mana regen.
Yeah.
So I can understand him taking the Death's Toll, I guess, considering if he does go to the Transcendence. We'll see, though, if he goes that way, because at the moment, he's only got Morningstar. He could go for Heartseeker, unlikely, though. We don't see much Heartseeker just yet.
Definitely not on Xbalanque this early either. Xbalanque is incredibly squishy. He only has one real escape, and that's his 3. That also gives him CC immunity. I'm sorry, is a Rising Jaguar. So I'd be really surprised to see Heartseeker coming out. But you never know with Youngbei. You never know with Youngbei.
Well, there's an invade for the blue buff on the right side from Dignitas, looking to try and go aggressive on Maniac's blue, but they didn't manage to find it, and everybody got out scot-free. Maniac still gets his blue buff online. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue for him if they stole it anyway, just because of Bluestone, you know?
Exactly.
Maniac started this Bluestone, so he's going to have the regen he needs to be able to continue spamming out those decoys.
Doomorb coming out on Agni and on Zeros. Really interesting. Zeros definitely has that profile of being an aggressive player, and Doomorb, nothing says aggressive player like Doomorb or Heartseeker at all.
Well, I mean, Doomorb right now is very, very cost-effective. It's even cheap. It was cost-effective already because it's a stacking item, a lot like a Heartseeker. It's like a magical version of a Heartseeker. Gives you mana regen, as well as it's now cost-efficient at around 23 stacks. It used to be like 30-odd, but now it's like 23 because of the cost in gold drop down. Blinking from Frosty into a freeze, forcing beads onto Twig. No follow-up from it, though. And mid-cabs, though, going to spawn in about the next 10 seconds. Let's see how these ones go.
We've got some vision over here on the on SK's side at these mid-camps. Looks like they will be going down to Frostiac and Frezzo. Left camp's definitely going down to Team Dignitas. Right camp's about to spawn. Captain Twig looking a little twitchy in the back line, looking for possibly an ultimate, some sort of engagement, but looks like he's just going to opt out for hogging mid-camps. So Team Dignitas is up by about 600 gold right now. That we could probably attribute that to the First Blood. And
to the first one, and they got both mid-harpies. Oh, Zeros gets caught out by that nice wall, but immediately repositions himself with Path of Flames away from Shadow Nightmare. Doesn't get hit by a cripple. Left-hand side, though, we got engagement.
Looks like Reels took out Sun Wukong. Another ultimate coming out of Badger here, trying to get some damage onto Youngbei. Youngbei dashing out of the damage, though, but Reels taking Xbalanque down for the double kill. That's the power of Freya. Her ability to reposition you and just start, you know, wailing away with you with her pulse and her irradiated combo is just, the damage is real.
The damage is real, that's for sure. SK Gaming now taking 2 kills in that lane for themselves, especially against like Youngbei. I mean, Sun Wukong and on top of that Xbalanque. That's impressive because, you know, Frezzy does have that ultimate available. One of the biggest reasons we saw Sun Wukong being so big. Maniac could be in trouble here. He's got to watch out for Frosty rotating in. If he can find the blink, he might be able to get a pick here. He's looking for him around the corner, not going to find it though. So a bit of a disengage for now. But yeah, 3-1 in favor of SK Gaming. Golden Experience are pretty much tied now thanks to that big double kill going over to Freya in this duo lane.
Absolutely, and nobody ever wants to see a double kill going on to Freya like 6 minutes into the game. Frostiak looking at mid now. Captain Twigs beats. They are down. Got 64 seconds left, so if he gets blinked on, he may need to ultimate immediately. Maybe re-engage. Left lane, not much going on over here, just a little bit of positioning. Everybody just seems to be content with farming. Whoop coming out by Reels. It looks like they're opting out to go in on Sun Wukong, forcing out the ultimate. Youngbei forced to use his dash. Oh, but the ultimate by Captain Twig coming out with the Berserker's Barrage. Agni Bomb's taking him down. This is a 4-man rotation. Frez and Youngbei left. Frez taking the heat from Zeros. Youngbei getting out. Not a lick of damage done to him. Looks like we do have Frostiak around the corner. Ready to...
Really nice play coming out from Zeros there. He followed the rotation coming in from Shadow Nightmare. Immediately following that rotation, the Kraken came off, didn't get a kill, and in doing so, he managed to set himself up for being in a bad spot. Variety might be able to ult in here. He's going to use it through space and time and channel this through. Frosty's going in. The snipe does connect, but is he going to be able to get the Gold Fury? SK get the Gold Fury, but at what cost? Frosty's still in there. He's got Variety in two. The wall's going to buy him some time. Bay gets down, Badger. Zeros gets hit by a portal immediately, beats it. Going to continue trying to chase away. Variety's looking for Reels. No, they're going to turn their attention to Zeros. Reels takes to the sky, looking for the damage, but not going to find it. Zeros going to go into the minions, though. Minions drop him down.
That is probably one of my favorite moments just as a Smite player. You know, while this engagement was going down over here in left lane, the big rotation, it looks like Loki was able to take out tier 1 tower and is going to be getting blue buff over here from SK.
He's going to attempt to... Can Frezzy stop it? Nope, he's not going to be able to stop it as well. So, all over the map, SK Gaming technically take a lead on that. They get a tier 1 tower, the Gold Fury as well. When you check the Golden Experience, look at the dip. It did dip considerably. It's come up a little bit since then, but not enough. Good call from Shadow Nightmare, though. Going to pressure mid lane and try and drop down this tower. Try to take out Twig as well, but not going to find the kill.
Not at all. They're going to... Variety's coming over here to his lane, seeing his tower missing. Seeing his blue buff gone. I mean, they just salted the fields in solo lane for him. Poor guy. Coming over here. Salted the fields, man. That's what the Romans used to do. Whenever they would invade somebody they didn't like, they salted the fields so that nothing could grow.
Okay.
A little bit of history for you, HirezHinduman. Come on, I'm the American. You're EU.
Education lessons during casting Smite.
You're supposed to be. You're supposed to know these things. You're EU. You guys have a better education system. Looks like SK's over here looking for left camps. Can't find anything. Frostiak taking out Captain Twig over at his speed buff.
Variety did a nice juke onto Maniac there, whose Vanish is now down. If Frosty gets a good wall off, this could be a problem for Maniac to get out of this one. Actually, they're not going to be able to find it for the time. There's the wall a little bit too late to the party. Frost misses as well. Now Badger turns up on this Hercules. Can they make something happen? Driving strike into Variety, forcing the beads. Assassinate does come out and hit onto Variety, but through space and time was channeled, so he does manage to get out and jump through those portals back to safety. Frezzy's on his way to jump back through those portals too, as Zeros was on the rotation left-hand side. Freya versus Youngbei.
One more time. Freya gonna not be able to pick up that kill. Oh, Reels with a little bit of the misplay there, not able to land those bombs appropriately. They did change Freya's bombs recently. What are you? Kraken coming out! Shadow.
Kraken manages to find it on Shadow Nightmare. Shadow Nightmare does a good kill onto Freya. Overextended was Reels there after the attempt to kill. Jabalonke trying to keep the pressure on. Doesn't manage to find him. This is going backwards and forwards. It's 6-5 right now. Golden Experience is still anyone's game. Mid-hop, he's not going to be up for about another 2 minutes right now. But SK Game trying to return the favour to tier 1 tower in mid. Frosty's not landed a Frost in ages, and now he could be in trouble.
He just walled off, Frostiak underneath the tower. He's going to be pushed out just a little bit. We have a 4-man rotation for mid here. They want this tower bad. Looking for an engagement, though. However, we have Frezzy and Youngbei coming in on the left flank. Just going to walk into lane and just let their presence be known. Frostiak forced him back. Jingle Bang taking out a little bit of creeps there. Looks like they may need to just disengage here. There isn't a good opportunity for either team here to pick up a kill. Left lane, however, Reels, you should have warded. I love it whenever ADCs ward up here next to the enemy's attack speed buff. It's safe whenever, especially whenever you're trying to be aggressive, like Reels always is. You need wards up there in order to aggressive appropriately.
Well, I'm going to have a little look through itemization. Oh, no, I'm not, because Maniac's caught out of position again. He has to use the assassinate away, but the wall's going to deny him access to get it away. Through space in time is channeled, but he's still going to be able to juke through that small gap that Frosty left available to him with the Vanish. But Variety's not done. He's going to go in. He misses the unstable. And Maniac gets some damage back onto him. Drops the decoy to block the auto attack. Has to stay in tower range. He's got 3 men surrounding him. No Vanish available. Vanish is available. He jukes out the Frost. Jukes out the Tidal Wave. Still alive. The Autumn is out. But the Kraken to the face brings it down.
Shadow Nightmare's Krakens of Doom constantly rotating over and just killing anybody who thinks they got out. Thinks they got out with a sliver of a health. While we have 3 on 2 over here in right lane, we have 2 on 1 in left lane. Real's looking for an attack speed buff, looking for anything here. Doesn't see much. Just gonna get some poke over here onto Frezzo. That Kraken was massive though in solo lane. I got it.
It was really big. Oh, Reels is actually gonna kill Frezzo over on that left-hand side as well. Frezzy goes down again. He's not having a great game on this Sun Wukong right now. 0-3 and 0. Started Bluestone and then worked on Reinforced, but he's not managed to get himself really into this one. It's really caused him a few issues in this lane. Freya's been dominant. Reels has been really, really dominant on this Freya, and it's surprising because I wasn't sure I'd see Freya coming back so quick into the duo lane.
Well, Freya up against Xbalanque is actually pretty decent in my opinion. Definitely gonna win that matchup. She's 3-1 right now. Got full Fatalis. She has CDR boots, which is interesting. I was wondering whenever since season 2 changed, there's been a lot of changes to boots, and I'm surprised to see her going CDR over the raw power.
Well, it's about raw power or it's about non-raw. You know, it's about either what are your scaling on your abilities, is whether you should go for power or cooldown reduction. If you think about Freya as a whole, she only, on her power side, she's got 25% scaling on her Irradiate, and she's only got 15% scaling on her pulse damage. So
She's
it's
got
not a
low
lot of
scaling.
scaling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you probably wanting to do is get the cooldown so you can use them more often. It means you can slow more often, banish more often, and then use that Valkyrie's discretion even more often too. Shadow Nightmare looking for something left again. Gonna find a Kraken, gonna hit the Kraken, gonna get another one onto Badger. Badger drops again.
If anybody brings Team Dignitas to a win, it's gonna be this 4-2 Poseidon. These rotations are insane. We got a little bit of damage coming on to Captain Twig, who's able to get out of the damage pretty okay, but Frosty coming in, got a freeze off onto Zeros. Zeros in a lot of trouble. Oh, his dash is down. Oh, the plays are beautiful. Looks like Team Dignitas is looking for the Gold Fury here. This should be free, absolutely free. Looking over here, I'm really curious as to why Zeros did not rotate over.
Oh, Maniac got caught out a little bit there by Frezzy and Frosty, but they've not really got the damage to follow up onto it now. Frezzy eats a lot of poke to the face there. He's going to disengage for now, but a Gold Fury for free going over in favour of Team Dignitas puts them in the lead. It's 1,000 gold, 1,000 experience, Smitten, but it's not massive yet. This game is still anyone's right now.
Absolutely. Something I've noticed in Season 2 map is that snowballing has become a real issue again. All it takes is the one play. There's one play in every game that just topples the scales. Either it's a Gold Fury fight, or it's a fight for a tower or a buff. There's one team fight, and it usually happens around this time, that just absolutely determines the rest of this game. Janice over here in right lane picking up the tier 1 tower. Maniac really, really low. Not sure why he's going in. Janice has every escape in the world, taking about half his health in poke. That's pretty good.
Oh, but Captain Twig's waiting at the fire jet. He's going to take to the sky. He's looking for Variety. Variety might know this is going on. No, he does not. Is he going to find the dunk? He's going to find the dunk on the backside, but immediately beads and portal, gets himself out of the Vortex back through. Looking for the kill. Maniac juke back into it. Gets picked up. And now he's going to run for his life. There's Twig. He's on the chase. There's no one else here. Left-hand side, though, Smitten. We're going to crack him going off.
Oh, over here in left lane, Shadow Nightmare taking out Badger once again. Zeros over here in the sidelines looking for a little bit of an engage here, and nothing seems to happen. Holy free holy is all the action on this map. See, that's the one thing that I love about these pro games is like there's like several small groupings for the first 20 minutes of the game. Frosty coming in for the freeze. Real's getting out with his ultimate. Zeros going in. Really are taking.
Oh, he's dead.
He's got it.
No, he's not. He's still alive. He's going to take to the sky as well. The decoy. Got to buy some time for him to take down the tier 1 tower. They've got to run, though, because Twig's on his way. Twig is coming. They're still trying to chase and kill Frezzy off. Frezzy's going to drop down, the casualty of war. But now there's a chance for SK to respond with their own tier 1 on the left now.
Absolutely. Team Dig's going to be guarding this one really hard, but Zeros and Reels are pushing it. Mid camps are up. Captain Twig going in on Variety. Variety getting out with a portal for free. Right camps are still up. They should be going over here to Maniac. Left lane still getting a lot of pressure. Shadow Nightmare super low. The ultimate coming out. Holy crap, the portal! Oh, the bead saved him, saving him a little bit of damage, but getting taken out by that whirlpool. Holy crap. Told you,
Does
man.
get taken out by the cripple. Now in mid lane, you're going to see the 3 men of SK Gaming grouping up to try and bring down this tier 1 tower. They're trying to keep Frosty out busy. Going to get hit by the driving strike Earthbreaker combo. Good freeze from Frosty, buying some time. Variety's on his way, but Variety going to focus on the minions. Good call from him, I feel, just to defend this tower for now. Frezzy's back here too, and now they're going to hold for now. Crazy action at 18 minutes into the game. Gold lead at the moment, 2,500 in favour of Dignitas and 3,800 experience. They're starting to win out against SK. It's a cracking his Badger again, and again he goes down. Thor's in the sky. Is he going to dunk though?
Probably not. Okay, so I'd like to talk about one of the reasons why Poseidon is so strong in Season 2. And you know, you've heard murmurings about it on the streets, on the Smite streets. What it is that huge nerf to the other Aegis. The Aegis that allowed you to use it while you were under the CC of a Whirlpool, able to predict a Kraken and mitigate that damage. That has been taken away from... What is the name of that active? Is it just regular Greater Aegis? Greater Aegis, I believe, is what it's called.
I believe it is. Is it Aegis Pendant or Aegis Amulet? I'm pretty sure.
Amulet, that's what it was. Pendant is one that allows you to move around. Amulet is the one that got nerfed, and that was like the best counter to Poseidon, because Poseidon's gonna come in, he's gonna cripple you with his whirlpool, knock you back possibly with his wave, and then he's gonna hit you with a Kraken. So you're just CC'd for days, and that Aegis pendant allowed you to Amulet allowed you to get out of that damage for free. And now that it's been taken off of there, the use under CC, Poseidon's
this is a big call here, Smitten. They're looking to do the Fire Giant, but SK knows this is going on. Fraser on the other side of the map, the Reels is not going to be involved in this one. The ultimate from Jabalonki is going to buy some time to try and reposition themselves for Team Dignitas. The Kraken goes out, does not do great damage. Variety cannot find the counter twig, instead he gets assassinated by Maniac on the backside. He's still living. The boulder comes out from Badger, who's taking up a storm. Thor's in the sky now, going to look for the dunk down. Is he going to be able to find a target to come onto? He's going to be on Frezzy, but Frosty up with the freeze. Now Reels is here with the banish. The fight's going to go on.
Holy crap, we got Maniac trying to take down Frostiak as quickly as possible. Zero's taking out Frostiak. It is now a 5v4. Variety in the back, very, very low. Not wanting to leave just yet. Doesn't want to leave this Fire Giant or perhaps mid tower uncontested. Huge fight coming out here.
Not a good fight coming out from Team Dignitas. That was a rushed Fire Giant, and it didn't work out for them. They're going to lose tier 1 in mid lane here, and they're going to look for the goal for SK Gaming here. They've got the opportunity with this extra man. They're all still defensive enough health. Zero's still in this mid lane, going to be able to keep an eye for the rotations. Keep an eye on Zero's. He's on zone duty right now. We'll see if he can keep them zoned off. You can see him keeping the Shadow Nightmare poke down. That Gold Fury's already gone down before Dignitas can even make it over.
Absolutely. Using that Kraken over here on this that early Fire Giant rotation definitely crippled their ability to contest that Gold Fury. Mid tower surprisingly still up. Variety here to defend it as long as he needs. That's right camps over here going down to Captain Twig, and Zero's left camps are unaccounted for. And everybody's just going to go back to farming just a little bit. That was one of the team fights that could possibly cost Dignitas the game. They're up by about 700 gold and 2,600 experience, which isn't much, as long as the gold is pretty even.
Well, let's just check out builds for the time and see what's going on. We can see Sovereignty online already for Badger. Looks like he's going on Hotwood Amulet, and now Badger gets caught again, talking about him into the full combo. He's going to survive for now because he is still Hercules, the man mountain. He's regenerating so much, and they've wasted so much from him that now Maniac can come and take out Shadow Nightmare. He's going aggressive on Frostiak as the dunk comes down. The B's used by Frosty to buy some time. Variety has to reposition himself. Here comes Young Bay. Can they turn this one around?
Cats into it, taking out Frostiak. They're looking at Young Bay. Young Bay using beads, and Rising Jaguar being caught out by Reels, though. Gonna be taking tons of damage here. The ultimate coming out by Reels, picking up Young Bay. There's only 2 members of Team Dignitas remaining. Frez really, really low. Looks like Janice is coming in with the big ult. The damage is coming out. Almost got Reels taken out. Variety getting knocked back. The ultimate coming out, and that is 4 men of SK Gaming still alive. Looks like they were thinking about Fire Giant. Looks like they're just gonna back. All of them are way too low to attempt something like that.
Yeah, they can't do that up against Frezzy. Frezzy's still online as well. He's Sun Wukong, had his ultimate available, could have defended the Fire Giant if they went for it. He realised the back end, so gonna back himself as well. But a good fight coming out from SK Gaming there. If you noticed that, Smitten, Team Dignitas committed so much to killing Badger, and it took them way too long to actually bring him down in that engagement. And by doing so, it meant the rest of the team could reposition and set themselves up for the damage. Shout outs to Maniac, who set up a lot of that with his ultimate. Going in aggressive on Frostiak, managed to eliminate one target in Shadow Nightmare, and they continued the pressure.
Taking a look at the graphs, like 1100 XP and 1500 swinging in favor of SK Gaming. That team fight was huge. The team fight meant everything. That put them back in the game. They're absolutely even now. And now all they need to do is look to start grouping up. It's 22 minutes in the game, guys. We need to start grouping up as 5 and taking people out. Looks like Team Dignitas is pretty spread out. Frostiak out of position, getting himself double tapped. Berserker Barrage interrupted by the freeze. Taking a little bit of damage there. Frez getting the Jingle Bang in. 4 men over here in right lane. 4v4. Looks like Reels is coming in late to the party. Shadow Nightmare, though, however, is probably the person we need to be watching here. Those Krakens have been on point and turning the tides of these team fights.
Indeed, turning the tides. I mean, to be honest, there's a bit of communication there from Youngbei. He used his ultimate to try and help Frosty disengage. Wasn't needed, but they're going to survive for now. Fire Giant's not been started. You can see Reels is back in base. Menix now chosen to go and split push left-hand side now. Good call from him, as he's probably the one with the most mobility to get back to these fights if he needs to. And I can see Sun Wukong and this Ymir on zoning duty for the Fire Giant area, ready to ward it up and clear it out and try and get control of this one. They're looking for a pick. Both teams are to start the Fire Giant off.
This is the Fire Giant fight. This is massive. Double tap not landing from Captain Twig. Looks like right cams are just going to go down to Team Dignitas. They're looking for something to maximize their time with right now. Left cam's going down to Maniac. Putting him a little bit out of the fight, but since he's Loki, he doesn't need to be in the fight right now at the very beginning. His job is to come in and flank as soon as all the damage has been done. Lots of abilities being used.
Talking about flanking, here he comes right now. He's going to meet Shadow Nightmare. Shadow Nightmare's not seen him yet. Assassinate on the backside of him. Shadow Nightmare's in trouble already. Half health, less than half. He's bleeding. The Kraken comes out. Maniac's still alive, but now he's going to drop down to Variety. On the backside, the bombs are raining down on Youngbei. The boulder hits once onto him. Youngbei getting zoned out of this fight as well. He's trying to return fire. Wheels is in the sky, going to find the kill on him. And on the backside, Twig's in trouble too.
Twig is in absolute trouble. Variety still pretty much full health, available to get around however much he pleases. The ultimate coming out, not being used appropriately. The wall gonna keep him. Oh, but the rotate! Oh my God, the portal taking him out. Now it is a 3v2 situation. Team Dignitas down 2. Frez about half health. Variety gonna be able to pretty much just walk over and be like, "What's up, dude? I just killed Twig. What'd you do with your time?"
They're still looking to do Fire Giant here. It's a bit risky to try and attempt this one, honestly. If they do attempt it, it can cause a lot of damage for him. They've reset it. They wait for Variety to come in. They have an idea. He's around. Reels just spotted him out there. They're going to get the whoop onto him. Banish connects. Badger trying to close the gap. Immediately portals out. On the backside, though, Zeros gets some good damage on Frezzy. Zones him out as well. Bad news is Kraken Boy's back up. Shadow Nightmare, as is Youngbei across the way. Maniac's back online too. So it's going to be a disengage. Again, this game is still balanced all around this Fire Giant.
Holy free holies. There's still several towers on Team Dignitas' side that we could be pushing at this moment. You know, of course, everybody wants to be available for the Fire Giant, but they really need some map control. Right now, SK has lost on that front. They have 3 of their towers left. Team Dignitas having 4. Right now, they're just going to farm up, clear their buffs, try to get as big as possible before this next fight. I would like to point out, however, that Zeros has 48 stacks on his Doom Orb. He's 4, 2, and 6, so that seemed to pay off for him pretty well.
Doom Orb I think we're going to see quite often, but talking about Maniac might be caught out there. Actually going to use the Assassinate to escape. They know they're doing the Gold Fury now. No one's really here to defend this. Only Reels and Maniac here. Badger's on his way, as is Zeros. They've reset it twice, and that's going to be a problem, because now it means that the grouping of SK is back. Zeros gets caught out slightly here, going to get a bomb, but he does not look to the backside, because now he's going to get rotated by 3. The stable Vortex connects, ends his life through space and time. On the back for 900 damage, takes him down. Can they find another?
Frostiak finding Badger in the back line. Oh, but Shadow Nightmare finding Maniac with the Kraken. Reel's trying to get as much damage as possible. Going to get taken out by Shadow Nightmare. Again, Captain Twig taking out Shadow Nightmare. This is a huge fight. Captain Twig using beads to get out of that, teleporting out just fine. Once again, we find it 3 on Team Dignitas against 2 on SK. They really want Captain Twig. They know that if they're going to go for Fire Giant, he's going to be a major contender for. He's going to be able to come in. Maybe getting taken out by Autos. Frez, with the with the knock-up and the death.
With the hit and the death. It's a slow now. It's no longer a knock-up, Smitten. It used to be a knock-up.
It's no longer a knock-up. Just
No
the
longer a
slow
knock-up.
now.
The 2, yeah.
Wheelish came out and they were like, that's too overpowered.
Pretty much. Let's just make a Wheelix OP.
I know, right? Is it a Wheelish or a Wheelix?
A Wheelix.
A Wheelix? Are you sure?
It's a
Because,
Wheelish.
but if Shibalanke is Shibalanke for the X, why wouldn't a Wheelish also be that way? It looks like Frostyak Variety gonna go ahead and start this Gold Fury. This is a relatively safe play, even though Badger is right around the corner. Variety at half health. Needs to stay in the back line. Be wary of Badger's boulder.
Badger's going to give it up, it seems. They're not going to actually contest this one. Badger realizes he's not going to be in position to do anything. So he kills that minion, goes to mid lane, farms himself up a little bit of these minions. The Gold Fury goes to Dignitas, and that now makes it even on gold, even on experience once again. Ever so slightly in favor of Dignitas, but it's still anyone's game.
Frostyak, why you just stand there? Frostyak, wake up! You sleepy
chilling.
ice giant! It's time
He's
to...
chilling.
Oh.
He went to the bathroom. He went to the
Oh.
bathroom.
Okay.
to go
Well, I
to the
guess as a mirror, you could just withstand all the damage in the world anyways. It doesn't really matter.
Well, there's a small DC, but this gives us a chance, right, Samantha, to talk about what sort of items we can see in the game. Because this is Season 2. We've not had a chance to see the itemizations the pros have brought out yet. What we can see so far, Loki, we'll start with him. Maniac, he's gone for the standard sort of Loki build. Nothing really changed there. All penetration, Hydra. Looks like he's going to finish off this build with some crit. Surprised he didn't go for a Medjais just for a bit of defensiveness. They're going to go full damage. Giannis in the solo lane from Variety. He's going to go Chronos Pendant, Shoes of Focus, into Spear, and into Rod of Tahuti. Notice he's got Spear there. We're seeing Spear a lot more often than Obsidian Shard now. None of these people have an Obsidian Shard in their build right now, just because there's not as much magical protections being purchased anymore by these gods.
Right, absolutely. And Spear works really well with Janice's combo. If you're able to portal them and then hit them with your 2, that's going to do tons of damage thanks to Magi's. Sorry, not Magi. Spear the Magus. Looks like we have a grouping over here at Fire Giant being pinged on the map. Looks like they know that it's warded. They're trying. Frez trying to defend this one ward with his life. Dude, his teammates aren't anywhere around. If they can take Frez out, this is a free fire. Never mind. We have Young Bay over here getting speed. Looks okay. His team's like, all right, we're not gonna make you do this by yourself, Frez.
We're just waiting around now for the real engagement to begin. They're all both looking for positioning because he Badger Wooden quite deep there. Sentry being put down by Zeros. They're going to get Fire Giant control again. And then Dignitas will look to try and position themselves if they can one more time. It's all about this Fire Giant, and the dance will continue. Supports, though, both gone for the Sovereignty into Amulet, which is what I expected after the changes to Sovereignty in Season 2. It's still going to be the same sort of build, just a new item for them to pick up now.
And
I'm
sorry, what was that?
No, go ahead.
I just want to point out the Spirit Robe on Thor. Just want to point out that damage coming out on Thor. It looks like there is,
So
however, a team fight over here. Everybody's grouping. Everybody's ready to fight. We're just like, come on, guys. This game's almost over. It's anybody's game. Who's going to win? Real's taking tons of damage. Holy crap. Looks like they are going to zone him out effectively. Maniac coming in, getting the front face stab on Janice. Oh, Aegis coming out. Young Bay taking out Maniac just fine. Young Bay taking the double tap from Captain Twig there. Berserker's Barrage not doing much damage to anybody. Captain Twig almost dead. Captain Twig is dead by Shadow Nightmare. Young Bay coming in, trying to get some damage off on Reels. Nothing going to happen over there. However, we have a lot of people down really, really low, except for Poseidon. Poseidon's going to run this game. Zeros forced out. Back here to the right. Oh, Frostyak taking out Reels. Frez going to look to engage here. Never mind, they're just going to go for fire. Probably the best bet here.
For SK Gaming there. 3 members now down. Only Badger and Zeros can defend. Frosty on zone injury, but Badger doesn't care. He's going to try and walk in and cause issues. The Fire Giant deals a lot of damage these days, but Dignitas get the Fire Giant, and all SK can do is walk away and lick their wounds one more time. That was a really good fight coming out from Dignitas. Maniac went aggressive after the engagement onto Reels. Reels just couldn't do anything. He had to run for his life the entire time, constantly taking out the fight. Thor came in, couldn't do anything, got bursted himself, and now they just let Dignitas pick up that Fire Giant for free. And this could be Dignitas' game here. They need to start pressuring these tier 2 towers now.
Absolutely. They had the map control. now they have Fire Giant. They need to take this advantage and just push it all to hell. Just forget about buffs, forget about the lanes, just go for those towers. There are 4 members, about to be 5 on SK Gaming. They should be heading over here to left lane to defend, as that is the common strategy after you get a Fire Giant, to do either mid or left lane tower. So that way, if it does respawn and you haven't won yet, the lane that they have to defend is the furthest from the Fire Giant. So, tell me about this. Tell me about Heartward Amulet and why that is so popular now in tanks. Hindu?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted for all that time. Silly me, never mind. But Heartward Amulet, what you can see from Heartward Amulet is the fact that it gives you health, it gives you magical protection, but it also gives you an aura that gives 20 physical protection to all your teammates. So that's good for making teams more tanky, as well as giving them mana regen. Engagement under the tower to Twig. Twig a bit caught out here, going to be able to walk away with the beads, use the jump to the hammer there. But yeah, Heartward Amulet is now just what Sovereignty used to give you on the physical side. It got split into 2. Engagement under the tower here. Can we see a pick? Badger's looking for something. Here's the engagement.
Absolutely. Looks like I'm sorry, not Kraken. Boulder coming out by Badger here, not doing much damage at all. Real's forced to ult. Looks like they're going to get this Fire Giant just now for free. They're looking for...
Twig's up.
Twig is up and down, and Young Bay has been whooped before you could get hit by
Oh, but that crown to Badger was big. He's caught into the cripple, and the Kraken does connect as well. Young Bay takes down to Reels as well. Reels one hit from death, going to be able to escape for now. Space and time does not connect. The whoop was great for Reels, though, going to keep him away from Variety. He's going to hit onto Fuzzy. Reels still stands for now, but the middle Phoenix does go down. Frostyx still chasing onto Reels. Reels trying to run for his life. The wall doesn't find it. He's looking for a slow. The freeze connects. He goes down as well. On the backside, it looks like Zero's trying to make a big play to stand tall for his team, but the cripple from Nightmare is just too much. A deicide for Team Dignitas, and this could be the game.
This is absolutely game. Nobody's going to be up for several minutes. Zero's just DC'd. Frostiak just manhandling this Titan over here, taking way too much damage. One swing away from death. Fire Minions coming to save the day here. While that did happen, though, Loki did get a left Phoenix. So...
Well, he got a left Phoenix, but they lost their game. Team Dignitas are going to be the winners in this one, Spin. What a great performance from them. Who do you really think carried that team?
Poseidon. He was rotating every chance he had. Kraken. He was in somebody's face, killing them. He was absolutely the MVP of this game.
Well, player damage charts, Reels topped it with 23,000 straight right behind him. 30 damage less was Variety on that Giannis, followed by Zeros, and then followed by Shadow Nightmare, your MVP for the game on the Kraken boy. Shadow Nightmare doing 18,000 there, and then we saw, the rest of the show down the bottom. Unfortunately, Twig only managed to do 11,000 damage that game, less than both the support Sun Wukong and the enemy Frostiak Ymir jungle. So, not a great game for Twig.
Not a great game for Twig. And, it doesn't matter whether or not Poseidon has top player damage. He has a Kraken.
He does have a Kraken, indeed. He unleashed it in that game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we'll be right back with another one after this one has finished. Dun-dun-dun.